Hey, what's up? Are you registered to vote in Denver by chance? We're volunteers with a couple ballot initiatives that are going to be on the November election. One's to ban the sale of fur and one's to close slaughterhouses. We want to work up to banning factory farming in states that allow ballot initiatives, basically. Yeah. So does that mean we can count on your vote in November? Sweet. Let me give you a sticker. Okay. We put forth this measure because many Americans are deeply uncomfortable with the way animals are used for food and clothing, but they feel powerless to do anything about it. Our measures seek to spark the gradual evolution away from using animals as resources.
Passing 309 will shut down Superior Farms, removing quality jobs for residents in Globeville who are already fighting to ensure that they can stay in the community that they love. Let me be clear, as a city council member representing Globeville, the idea that an organization from outside of the state of Colorado will come to our state, remove jobs, and tell us what we can do within our community is wrong.
I wish they give us the opportunity to have a conversation so they understand where we're coming from, right? So, I mean, I respect their decision and their choices, but it's a personal choice, right? It's like anything else, right? You don't want to eat meat? Don't eat meat. Don't try to enforce it on somebody else.
We decided to take this to the ballot because we've seen that pro-animal legislation does well when voters have the opportunity to decide for themselves. Unfortunately, the meat industry has a powerful lobby and they've used it to influence legislators. Consumers do not have a fair choice in this area, so our measures are giving voters an actual chance to vote against industrialized animal slaughter.
At least 75% of the lambs that we get in Superior Farms Denver comes from local growers, local ranchers. We also get some loads from South Dakota, Nebraska, Iowa, but at least 70% of the ships that we get here from local growers, Colorado growers.
Este empleo significa todo. De ahí pago biles, de ahí como, de ahí pago mi casa, mi carro, mis hijos. No están en nuestro lugar. Y por eso ellos no nos entienden a nosotros. Yo quisiera que ellos supieran pues que nos están haciendo daño, todo lo que vamos a perder, ellos no lo miran. Y los invitamos para que vayan a nuestro trabajo, me miren a mí trabajar, a mis compañeros, que miren cómo tratamos al animal.
I'm a fourth-generation rancher, live in Montrose, Colorado with my wife, and I've been in the sheep business for all of my life. My father was in the sheep business, my grandfather. I think that right now we're facing some of the bigger challenges we've ever seen. All my lambs historically have gone to Superior, not every single year. Some of them have gone to the brush plant, but nationwide it takes way over 20% of the production. And if that goes away, I don't know if the industry will recover. A little crazy that the only people that can vote are the people in Denver, but the ones that really affects are the people outside of Denver, the ranchers and farmers and the people that use the lamb products that are produced in that plant. Lamb is a desirable product. If that plant closed down, it's become less and less available. And you can always say, well, you can get all your lamb you want from New Zealand and Australia. Well, that's maybe true, but it's not American lamb.
It's in Denver where the slaughterhouse has been violating the Clean Water Act. It's in Denver where the violence is taking place, and it's Denver where the workers suffer high rates of PTSD and depression and substance abuse. I think Denver has every right to decide if we want this slaughterhouse polluting our city. We see ranchers as having an opportunity to transition away from animal farming. We know that we have to evolve past animal farming if we want to reach our climate targets. And we know that the plant-based food sector is growing. You can still make money as a farmer, just leave the animals out of it.
It's very misleading to present what they're doing here as being concerned about the environment or being concerned about the workers, or they talk about everything other than the fact that they do not think it should be legal to be processing and selling meat, because that is a very unpopular position. I really bristle at it when they come in and they talk about, oh, we're doing this for the workers, this is where we really care about the workers here. I mean, if you cared about them, you wouldn't be trying to get everybody fired.
All right, raise your hand if you're comfortable to go out on your own. So people who aren't, do you want to pair up with someone who's comfortable? One of the great things about the animal rights movement is that the people are so passionate. They willingly give their time, they're happy to help out, they go above and beyond. If the ballot measure doesn't pass, then we are going to keep trying until we win. We've seen that ballot measures are an effective way to change public opinion and policy. Over the next 9 weeks, we can make a difference. Every voter we canvass, every postcard we write, every city council member we email can make a real difference to prevent future lambs from certain death at Superior Farms. Thank you for seeing what the rest of society refuses to see, that what's happening to animals in the meat industry is an injustice and it needs to be stopped.
People that aren't raised in this business come out and look at the pictures, and they look at the horses, and they look at the country and the scenery and everything, and think it's beautiful, I'd love to do that. But they get right down into it, and it's a lot of work. And you have to have determination, you have to have drive. It's pretty hard to make us give up.
Even if they shut us down, right, meat is still gonna come from somewhere else. But are we ready to pay that extra cost?
I have a really good relationship with our employees, and I know them, and I know their families, and I know that they're dependent on this job. We have the whole families working here. We have the wife, we have the husband, we have the son. So it's not just 160 employees that are going to lose their job. But what about their families? It's what are we going to tell them if this passes? I don't think I'm going to be able to show my face in front of them and tell them, you know what, we're going to close. How can I possibly do that?